I got to give back to Doma. It's our year anniversary. We're doing all sorts of events, and we're rolling up to places like Doma to do a quick episode of the Come Down. It's an opportunity for me and Judd to sit here with these baller gangster Big Bear Russian owners to talk about how they think they're impacting the industry, what we're super excited about, what they're super excited about, and really an opportunity for you to hear us talk some more. Come down.
Need to hear that.
Doma. So how do you think your role has been here so far in opening or in being really the guy to try to set the bar and be the example for top tier kosher dining?
No, we do not create the wheel. We never created the wheel. We're just trying to be the best possible place. You know, what we do could be translated across the entire kosher industry. It's just really, like you said, it's about the product, the people, understanding what you're good at, understanding what you're not good at. And I think we do that really well. We try to get the best teams, we try to get the best chefs, we try to get the best ingredients, and it all translates into what Doma has become.
Well, I think one of the reasons that we've truly appreciated your work is because I think you recognized right away that if you wanted to start at the top, this is not a work your way to the top thing. You have to know it from the beginning what your vision is going to be. And you know what, you did admit it to me before. We're still, this was still our first restaurant, our second restaurant. We're still learning things, still making mistakes. But we can tell you every time we walk in here, by the way the service is run, is that I think your role in this entire industry right now, whether you want to admit it or not, is to be an example of what modern high-end service and fine dining can look like. And the salmon, comes back to the salmon, is always my example of how you know the place really takes itself seriously, is that fish program.
Like you said, fish is just as important as the steak program. People assume that we are a steakhouse. We don't label ourselves as a steakhouse. We again, everything that we put out, and we try to be the best at it. I don't like to compliment myself, but I think we are doing a good job. I think that we have a long way to go. We're a year into Doma, 2 years into Cork Slice. Streats is opening up in 2-3 weeks. And again, every restaurant has its own challenges. We have our own issues. And the issues, you're a professional guy. You could be the best. Lemon Madison Park, I guarantee you, on a daily basis,
deals with issues.
Is putting out fires 100%.
Every day.
Again, it's how you do it, how you go about it, how do you compliment yourself with the staff, and from the waitresses to the waiters to the captains to the managers, you fill the position.
It's funny. So you just listed 5 different levels of staff needed just to be able to run a place at this level. I don't think most of the consumers understand that you have 60 plus people on your payroll to run a restaurant.
Yeah, between the two restaurants, we employ about 130 people. So
it's a huge business.
It's a huge
you can't do this without it.
No, you can't.
I think a lot of people watching us, they're looking at us like, we're the consumer. We don't really know what it is in the back. We don't know what it's like, right? What is it like to actually operate a restaurant? What is it like to tolerate us as a customer sometimes, right? So I think this is our opportunity to kind of give them a little bit of that communication, a little bit of that. This is the come down. You can go and be like, hey, I'm the owner. I love when you're coming, and I love being this example for you. These are things that you have to understand about how we do this. And one of the things is I have to employ an army to make sure that plate 100%. Looks great for you.
100%.
I'm going to charge you $130 for that plate, but that's service. That's why you come here.
People come down in this restaurant and say price, expensive. But people don't realize, in order to establish a restaurant like this, it's not about the food, it's not about the price, right? It's about the type of build out. There's plenty of restaurants that my steak happens to be maybe $2-3 more expensive, but yet, you walk in and it looks like a cafeteria. You know what I mean? You go to the bathroom, you got toilet paper all over the place.
No.
So again, I'm a little bit slightly 5% more expensive than other people, but yet
your bathroom is shiny.
People don't understand that it takes a lot of work. It
takes a lot of work.
The problem is that we're still not educated enough to know what the value is, right? You look at the price, but you don't see anything outside. We were so accustomed of having a certain type of product, a certain type of service. We just became very, very comfortable in the way we eat. In the non-kosher world, you have restaurants on each block. They're competing with each other on a daily basis to be better, to improve. You don't see that in the kosher world. It's like you have a niche market. We're gonna settle. We're gonna provide you, and that's that.
So you're sourcing all the high ends, right?
again, you could get a salmon for, you know, the price.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You get a
yeah.
salmon for $7
Yeah.
or $4 or $5 or $12. So again, you know, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And we're not that type of restaurant. We're not going to settle. We're not going to, you know, to supplement different products. We're going to give you what you get, and we're going to charge for it.
Well, I like to use the high-end ingredients because, or like, you know, the best beef or the best whatever, right, for my stuff, because I know that my job is already done because it's already fantastic. It's already great. I just got to take it up and just present it to you and just make sure that you understand how great and good this can be.
100%.
And I think that's what you're showing off with all your stuff here. You got 3 places, right? You're opening up your third. Tell us about the third spot.
Let's start from the beginning. You know, I think everybody, most people that met me in the restaurants, they understand why I opened up Cork Slice. I was a pasta and pizza guy before I became kosher. Right?
He's a carbo gangster right here. Look at that.
100%. You know.
Yeah.
And after a while, he said, "You know what? Wow, I really wish I could have a nice cut of steak."
Just trying to match on camera.
You know?
Yeah.
So you have that.
That's what happened. You became frum and you're like, now I need a steak. I don't want cheese and sauce anymore.
100%. And then you said, you know what? Now I'm craving that comfort food that, you know, really that you miss from, you know, eating at the places you once ate. You know, you find it too often in the kosher world. Everybody's an expert.
Well, everybody has at least 2 opinions.
Everybody has 2 opinions. Everybody knows something, and I'm not that. You know, we want a certain type of product, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna push for it. We're gonna try to create different things. We started making vegan cheeses and
When you decided to open up this place, and you said to yourself, I need to create the kind of space that is at the top tier of kosher fine dining. How did you think that space? Like, how did you come up with this space? Tell us about it. Beautiful exposed timber. Yo, you got your famous Biggie, John Lennon, and Marilyn on the wall. Those are actually famous pictures.
Yeah, we get a lot of slack for that. But again, it's just
Really?
Talking about that.
It's listen. Some people appreciate it, other people don't.
Well, it's not every restaurant that you would walk into and you would see a picture of Biggie and a picture of Marilyn and a picture of John.
You know, the idea is it's a new American restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So we wanted to highlight, you know.
You know why? You know what you're trying to say, and I'll say it for you because I like to talk
Please,
better
go
than you
for
on
it.
camera. You guys are a new American restaurant first, and a kosher restaurant second.
100%.
Yes.
Again, it's just it's doing something different. It's, you know, the only way kosher is gonna, like we're talking about, growing to the next level to be able to educate the customers. The only way to do it is push boundaries.
Yeah, how many domas do you think could exist in your market on the East Coast? Could you have a second doma somewhere?
I honestly hope to God, yeah. Everybody should want to be
If I'm looking
Better.
for a specific,
Everybody should want to be better.
Everybody should want to be better. But I think, you know, we get approached all the time by people like,
Try that.
oh, I want to open a restaurant, I know this, I know that. And we try to explain to them examples of what things should be. So if I want to think about like what an example of, you know, fine dining, I'm going to use you as part of the example, you know. I'm going to talk about Terrace Sewer in 2003, you know, Tavera 84, 10 years ago, Mike's Bistro, stuff like that. Like, these are all part of the script of kosher fine dining in America.
100%.
I think LA could really, LA's starting to do moves. You know,
But I think there are certain types of cuisines that could translate. It doesn't necessarily have to be a steakhouse.
Well, I think all cuisine now.
You could do, you know, high-end kosher Chinese.
Absolutely.
You could do a high-end, you know, I don't know, Mexican or Latin flavors. You know,
it's all available to us.
I think there's like very few places that actually, as we're trying to tie in this theme of, care enough to try to introduce things and educate and even and to plow forward, even if you know you're going to get all the ancillary, I guess, vocal minorities of people that are saying, this is too salty, or oh, this isn't right, or oh, how come you're selling out, or this or that, and you just put your blinders on and keep moving. That's the way to succeed in this market.
And it's also not even from the consumer perspective. It's the ownership. You know, is the ownership willing to try something new, knowing that they might fail or might lose money? So, like, you know, you open up a place like this. This is, I could have, like I said, we're talking about steakhouses or restaurants, high-end restaurants that don't do what we did, don't spend that type of money that we do. Are owners ready and willing to push the boundaries? Are they willing to spend the money to do that?
And even though
not everybody can do this. This is not an easy job.
No.
People don't understand. They think, oh, I'm just going to open a restaurant and I'm going to whatever. And I'm going to open another restaurant and I'm going to whatever. To successfully open almost 3 restaurants in the span of a year and a half to 2 years, right, is almost inconceivable. It means that everything is put in place right. We talked about there's 60 staff, 60 whatever on staff, whatever, 130 between the two. You guys can imagine what the payroll is on your own, okay? But this place is crushing it. Crushing it. He's not a player, he just crushed it. It's a beautiful barbecue pizza thing.
Yeah, it's smoked chicken, barbecue.
Yeah. So you got your place opening up in a couple of weeks. You got Streats. Most people can figure out what streets are, right? Street eats. Street eats. Everybody knows street food's the way to go. I know somebody who has a catering business that specializes in it. I know somebody that has a restaurant somewhere in Cedarhurst that specializes it. But here's another guy in Cedarhurst that's going to have a restaurant that specializes it. Tell us a little bit about Streets.
You know, it's a very different concept that we're trying to do. It's you know, we are a fast casual restaurant, but you will have some level of service. For example, you know, you have, you know, you order at the counter, your food's brought out to you, your food's cleaned up after you. You have a maitre d' walking around the restaurant.
What kind of influences are you throwing in there? Like where we
We'll
go?
have
We're going
Asian,
everywhere.
we have you know, Korean, we have Latin, you know, based on different.
That's my lady drink.
Yeah,
right there.
Russian. You have Middle Eastern, Israeli.
You got some Russian in there? Yeah, you have a little. What are you gonna do?
We'll do it. We're from our hometown. We'll do like some, you know, shashlik, which
The
is like
shashlik, yeah.
We'll do
Some
it the way
kebabs.
we,
You could do some kebabs,
the way
yeah.
we do it in, you know, Azerbaijan.
Grilled onion everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. So
If you ask me, like, as far as like kosher restauranting goes, like, what's like, what am I excited about? It's all the street food type going on because you get to try all the different, you know, foods, right? Like you said, I'm late night street eating. I'm gonna try some Mexican from the menu. I'm gonna try some Azerbaijanis on the menu, right? I'm gonna try some American, some South American, and every sauce, and you can mix and match. You get your fusion. The street food to me, you know, I don't know why there's a guy in front of me on camera because then we, you know, can't use the shooting.
Eat. We're gonna eat. We're not shy. Listen, that's it. I don't know how you guys do it at other places, but here we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna eat good food and have fun with it. How's the beef?
Okay, we're not necessarily, we like to pretend we're experts about things, but we're really not. But I can tell you that's the second time I've had that steak, right?
Just as good as
And it holds true on why we thought it was so fantastic. There's a certain flavor in the char and the mop and the sauce and the beef and the age. It all works together. People don't realize it takes you a month to get there, and then just to cook it, you gotta I want people to understand what they're getting and how much love goes into these
100%.
things.
But again, you know, another thing I wanted to mention is in the kosher world is consistency.
Consistency.
Right? And
it's funny. We talk about it.
Sometimes when it comes to kosher beef, we can't find that. You know, there's no two animals are the same. We're not scared, like I've told you guys before. We're going out and buying a slaughterhouse. We're going to be able to do things and can be able to control stuff because we truly believe that kosher has the possibility to do something, you know, that every non-kosher restaurant does on a daily basis.
So can we talk about you buying a slaughterhouse?
Oh, again, we're looking to purchase one.
Talk about why you would do that as a restaurant. Talk about like what would that allow you to do? We understand what it allows you to do. It allows you to open up to 17 other markets and supply yourself with all your beef.
You know, consistency. You know, when we get certain products in certain times of the year and they say, I'm sorry, we can't give you prime ribs.
Yeah,
or 103s
we're
or
saving for
exports.
Pesach.
You know, it makes you cringe, and we are not that type of place. Even in the kosher prime, like, you know, one day they send you something good, and like I understand animal's not the same, but it's still like, to me, even this steak I had it yesterday, it was better than this today. It's a little bit,
I get you. I understand.
you know,
There's a certain consistency that at the volume that you're going at, you're probably not going to be able to really reproduce unless you are slaughtering the cows yourself.
100%.
So you're going down. They're looking. They're checking it out.
We're checking it out. We're going to do things.
Cool.
And,
Super cool.
We're going to be able, like I said, nobody. But again, and we're not scared. You know, everybody says, when I open up Cork Slice and Doma, you're going to lose, you're going to lose, you lose.
Yeah.
You know, I say, you know what, try it. You lose it, you lose it. To us, we're not looking at it as a business perspective. We're looking at it as a perspective that, you know what, are we going to be able to give us the supply that we need? So necessarily, we don't look to make money. If we make money, great. You know, that's the whole point. But, you know, our biggest thing is to make sure that a customer comes here
supply and
at Doma and says, you know what, I had a steak here 2 weeks ago, but I had it, you know, today, and it's the same.
Yeah.
We don't find that. And I truly believe, and I've been this my entire life, my brother, my family, you know, my partners, you know, is that if we can't find something or someone to supply us with what we need, we're going to make sure we're going to do it better than that. And I said it with the restaurants, and I said it with anything else.
Are you doing that? Are you doing that for any of the Cork and Slice stuff? Like you're making your own cheese and stuff?
Well, Cork and Slice, again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up a bakery.
Yeah.
You know, we need the breads, we need the, you know, pastries. Again, you can't do everything in a small
We saw
kitchen.
you make your own, they were saying that one of your girls over there was saying that you make your own syrups for all your
Everything,
drinks.
the syrups, you know, for the new restaurant, you have the hummus, the baba ganoush, everything, all the, you know, everything that goes in the product we try to make because we can't get it.
That's unreal. No one does that.
That's true passion and commitment to your establishment.
100%. I'm saying this in front of my employees also is,
You have a great crew.
we have a great crew.
Couldn't do without them.
100%. That goes without saying, but it's also the atmosphere that I want to build. Is you could ask any of them, and you know, I'm very, very big into respecting everybody, from the dishwasher to the servers to the managers. To me, it doesn't matter. And I have
They
a big,
all work for you. You all owe them their respect.
100%. And it does not matter who. But again, that's why you have to always make sure that you understand that every employee here is coming here to do the
just as
job,
important to do the
and
job.
they're just as important. People don't
they're
realize
doing it all
that
for you.
For coming in, even the customer doesn't even realize how important it is. You know, they're coming to do the job. Things happen, mistakes happen.
I learned this as a kid when I think like there was like a janitor strike or like the janitor wasn't there or something, and quickly you realize that the janitor is the most important man ever, and you must treat him with the most respect because without him, you're stepping in the shit every day, stuff every day.
100%.
Hey, this is the Come Down. Come
right,
Down's
guys.
an opportunity
Peace.
for us to, for me and Judd to talk to you about what we think is going on in the industry, talk to the people who are doing the things in the industry, and to house our face with some primos. Oh, I didn't even try the soul meunier.
I gotta try the soul.
Oh,